John Walsh, weekdays 2 to 4.
I don't have anything against Vance Joseph. I just have...
It's local. It's global. You're listening to Win World Local News.
Win World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Breaking news into the Win World Local News Sports Desk from Win Sports reporter Kangaroo Andy, who's on the Great Wall for the 2017 Full Contact Chinese Yo-Yo Championships. How's the competition, Andy?
Well, Porter, the self-proclaimed future of sport is a failure. It's a complete massacre here, Porter. I can't explain to you the death toll is up to 6,000 people at this point. There's been zero coverage of the entire event because no one would willing to risk their necks to go and advertise for this essential massacre of the human people. Not only are the contestants all cutting limb from limb off of each other with razor-wire yo-yos, but most of the spectators are also dead as well, Porter. We have here Matt Damon here, who is the only celebrity who decided to show up. Matt Damon, could you please explain to me why you're here?
Well, I decided to come here just to make sure that, you know, everyone's got the string, because if you don't have the string, there's no contact with this reality of what's going on here. And if there's no string in the yo-yo, there's no yo-yo.
Mr. Damon, how many Foster's beers have you had today, sir?
The beer's free, so who wants to keep track if you're not paying, you know, man?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think you need to reevaluate your support of this bloody massacre of a sport. Back to you, Potter.
Wow, Matt Damon taking part in that yo-yo competition. All right, well, on to our next breaking story, which is brought to us by Win contributor Gina from Laguna Beach, California. It appears that all hell has broken loose at the 2017 Academy Awards. Celebrities are holding mass protests inside the Dolby Theater, rioting on the red carpet, and pillaging the streets of Hollywood. What has caused these high-profile actors and socialites to lose their minds on the world's biggest night in cinema? To get the details on this carnage and mayhem, let's go live to Win celebrity correspondent Larry the Cable News Guy, who's in the heart of the war zone on the red carpet, getting her done. How's it going, Larry?
It's just fine out here. It surprised me when I showed up. I figured that this riot and this insanity would, because of the OJ Made in America winning, would cause this riot, but it's not that. It is all about the God particle, and they're actually fighting in the streets. It's horrific. There's Simon Cowell is here, and he's talking about cryogenic freezing and how he wants to. Here, Simon's right here, actually next to me.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to freeze absolutely everybody. We're going to freeze us all, and then they're going to make doubles of us, and then they're going to put the doubles of us on an Earth too, and then this Earth won't even matter. It'll just be a figment of your imagination, and it won't matter at all. I don't give it a good grade. I give it a 1 out of 10. You're not moving on.
But Simon, if there is a God particle, does that trump the cryogenic freezing that you want to do once you die?
Look, if you're a star, you're a star, and I'm sorry, but the God particle is just not a star. It doesn't have what it takes. It's not hydrogen, it's not oxygen, alright? It doesn't even H2O, it's not even water, okay? If you can't make me thirsty, you can't make me not thirsty, then you can't make me a star. And I can't make you a star. I can't work with the type of God particle type of things that I've been given, and I'm sorry you're not moving on to the next round.
Well, but look, what's his child here? Is it like a 10-year-old boy with a lollipop?
This incessant crying is disgusting to me. He will not move on. I'm sorry, you will not be present.
Little boy, do you want to live forever?
Yeah, I don't want to be bound up.
So drab. So drab.
Like a little fig tree.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna, I don't want to talk to that boy anymore. So, and again, there's lots of blood. Let's just leave it at that. Back to you.
Wow, a massacre out there in Hollywood on the Oscar night. That's horrible. Well, the next top story is brought to us by Win contributor Edgar from Geneva, Switzerland. NASA has just announced that 7 new Earth-like planets have been discovered 40 light years away, causing massive amounts of illegal Earth emigrants searching for a way to reach the new intergalactic promised lands. How will these undocumented aliens get there? What will they find once they sneak past the planet's atmospheres? Well, for the full interplanetary insight on this new mass interstellar migration, let's go live to Win Galactic Affairs reporter Elron Cubbard, who's at the Superpower Building in Clearwater, Florida. Elron?
Well, yeah, Potter, it's good to talk to you. It's a pretty interesting sight to see out here, I will be honest with you. Now, the massive crowds in protest and in joyous resolve, I'll say many different things. They're promising cruise ships of the sky, Potter, to take us all to the promised land. One of these 7 planets they do believe will be a hospitable place for humans to live, maybe all 7, in fact. We just do not know at this point. Now, there is something beneath the surface here, Potter, something more complicated than just the protests and the riots and the support for getting to one of the 7 now new Earth planets. Now, you gotta understand here, Potter, many people have claimed to have already been to these planets, already seen these planets, and never have in fact died, but instead relocated to one of the new more Planet 2, Planet 4, Planet 6, Planet 9, Planet J, and Planet 4. People such as Tupac, Shakur, Biggie Smalls, Prince, and Elvis have all believed to have just left Earth and gone to one of these other planets. Now, I have with me a man here, he calls himself Brother Shaquin Shakwata. He is from the South African delegate, and he says he has been to this planet, and he has seen these people, and that there's nothing to fear about going to these places. Now, what do you have to say here, brother?
Yeah, it is one of those things that when I coming down to the space travel, I always wanted to say, throw the spin, put it you there. It's your heart, it's your mind, it's everything in between that gonna get you to the stars. And we launching tomorrow at 8 a.m. Join the revolution.
Where you launching from at 8 a.m.?
We're at Cape Canaveral. We're flying from Cape Canaveral, and we're taking it all the way to Planet 7.
Well, you heard it, Potter. Cape Canaveral about 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to be there. I'm going to try to get myself a good tan. I'll see you later, Potter.
Wow, that's awesome. Make sure to get up there with a nice base tan, because you never know what the solar radiation is going to be like on Planet 4, 7, or 9. Well, now for a look at the global weather, let's check in with Daffodil Downpour, who's on Barren Island in India, tanning on an active volcano. How goes it, Daffodil?
It's lovely out here. It's about 2 a.m, but the lava is so hot that it's actually, my skin is, it feels like it's melting, but it's probably getting tan at the same time. And I'm really enjoying it because it's almost a spiritual thing, the pain that you have inside you while your skin is melting. And I can't even see anymore. I think I'm blind, but it's fine because I have to cover the weather, and I get paid well to do this. And I want everyone to know that I get paid.
Wow. Well, thank you, Daffodil, for that excellent reporting on the weather. And thank you all for tuning in to Win World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Corp next on the World Improv Network.
Give the Wincast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line during the break for a case that needs to be tackled during Community Court. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.